I only noticed the bar after I've made the decision for Colin and Laura to cook with me, and then it clicks that we're probably going to be using beer. And I know Colin loves his beer. Maybe the wrong choice.
Welcome to the MasterChef bar, and round one is all about beer. Well, today your job is to create a delicious bar snack using beer. Simple.
If you want a chance at this immunity, then you've got to give us something amazing.
I think this is a really good challenge. I've eaten my fair share of bar snacks and I've had my fair share of beers, so I should go all right today.
Right, here's the rules. Very simple. You guys have to create a bar snack for the four of us. What is a bar snack? And I think it's about fingers, you know? That's number one.
So you've got to be able to pick it up.
Pick it up. I want to eat it. You know, I want to lick my fingers. Number two, you'll get 45 minutes. Open pantry, use whatever you like. The best bar snack will win and go through to round two to face off against the top chef.
Today my dish is polenta alla birra, which is basically chicken and beer. So I'm going to make some chicken skewers and polenta chips and then serve that with a really sticky beer reduction. It's going to be a hard challenge for me, you know. All these different beers in front of me and I don't even know what they taste like. I don't know which one to use. That one. That one. Oh God. So I just grab them all and run back to my bench. And I really need to get power. I need to cut up this chicken, get that going and start making a wet polenta. Don't even know how to open a beer. Yeah, I'm worried.
This is a recipe that I have done before, but I love it. Such a cracking dish. So, popcorn chicken, beer candy bacon, sliders. I want to make a little tomato beer relish as well, and an aioli. For the beer candy bacon, I need to get a syrup going, which is beer and brown sugar. So I'm going to heat this and start basting the bacon, and I just need to keep basting it, and hopefully I can reduce the syrup down a bit and it gets a bit thicker as I go along, and I want it nice and crispy.
What's he going for? What's he going for? Which beer is he going for? He's going the Guinness.
Oh, yes.
Good call.
Today I'm making sliders, which is just a small roll, and I'm going to fill it up with carbonate of beef. I also choose to use a lighter style of beer for a beer batter that is stained with squid ink. I'm going to fry capsicum in that. I'm going to use the stout with the beef. Carbonate of beef is made with a dark beer, usually use a secondary cut of beef, stew it for a long time. But I want something that's going to be able to cook quickly, so I'm trying to do it with eye fillet steak. With the beef, going to slow cook it in 45 minutes, which will hopefully break down nicely, being fillet. I've certainly not stewed an eye fillet before, it's way too expensive, but, you know, I'll have to see how it goes, but should work. Hopefully today might be my day. I get on to making my capsicum. I flour the capsicum, dip it into the squid ink batter, get it good and black. I then put it into the deep fryer. I love the element of surprise with this dish. It comes to the table looking like it's been horribly burnt, and you bite into it and it's beautiful.
Colin's capsicum doesn't look very appealing. If somebody gave me that to put over my bar, I'd send it back.
So with the chicken skewers, I'm going to serve that with a really sticky beer reduction. So I've chosen the beer I want to use and I start pouring the golden ale into the onions and sage. I am a bit nervous about making this sauce. You know, I haven't made it with golden ale before.
Ooh.
What are you doing, Laura?
I am making polenta chips with polenta alla birra skewers. So basically it's chicken thighs cooked down in so like caramelised onions, bit of sage, lemon and beer.
Like just glaze the skewers with a bit more of the sauce?
Yeah.
Do you think, does it need something else? Does it need creaminess? Does it need...
I'm finding myself wanting salt and chilli. I mean, I guess as long as we can taste the beer, because it is the core ingredient.
Yep.
I'm thinking about how you can incorporate maybe some creamy or some sour.
Sour.
And some heat.
Heat. I'm already nervous about making this sauce and I just don't know whether the cream and the heat that the judges are suggesting is really going to work and tie it all together. I've never added cream before to it, I just don't want to ruin it. I don't think it's strong enough.
Put more beer and reduce it.
I don't want to change when I'm already doing it. I'm going to go with my gut instinct. I'm just praying that, it all comes together in the end. Oh my God, yum. I'm really happy with the sauce. It's reduced so well and it's really sticky and I love the flavour and I think it is perfect. It's so good, oh my God. Maybe Tracy has made the wrong decision in putting me in this immunity challenge. I could possibly beat her. Oh my God, yum. I can win the immunity pin again. I've won it once. Why can't I win it again?
Don't burn that sauce, Laura.
I've checked my bacon and it's not quite crisp. It's really important that this element is nice and crispy. That bacon's not going to get crispy in the oven.
I just need to get in a pan right now.
I need to get it into a pan on some really hot heat.
Just need to now do this in the pan.
The popcorn chicken, I coat the chicken with buttermilk plain flour.
I need to be very careful. Pan's really hot.
Tracy has got a lot going on. There's a lot of elements and she seems quite frantic. Hopefully she gets something up in time.
I really want to get into the chance to win this immunity pin, but I've got so much to do. I'm doing my mayonnaise, but I need to make sure that my bacon doesn't burn. But then I need to get back to my mayonnaise, and I need to make sure my chicken's not going to burn. But then I need to go back to my mayonnaise and make sure that my buns are okay. And I'm back to my mayonnaise. Oh, is the bacon burning? I don't even know if I'm going to get this dish on the plate.
I'm worried about everything. I've got a lot to do, far more than I was hoping to have to do at this stage. I'll definitely fry the rest of the beef off, then I'll reduce this down and use it as a sticky sauce.
Come on, Colin.
Gary said to me that it's probably good if I could get the beef nice and crispy, so deep frying's the only thing that I can think of that's going to make it crispy.
Looks amazing, Colin, well done.
My chicken's caramelised beautifully, it's cooked perfectly, and just chuck that into the pan with the sauce and just glaze it a little bit, and then towards the end I'm just going to pour the sauce all over the top of the chicken. But I really need to focus on this polenta, so I need to chuck them into the deep fryer and pray that they fry perfectly.
Bar snacks, that's what we want to see. And you've got 5 minutes to go. Come on, let's move.
Five. Come on, Laura. You've got to work faster.
I've only got 5 minutes left to put all of this together. It's going to be chaos.
It's falling apart.
Tracy's a mess. She's got 101 things she's doing. Her bench is a pigsty, so power apron and the pin. It's probably not looking great.
Oh, hello. Yeah, that's the maple that's left over.
Trace, what's happening? Why are you not plating? Come on. Plate.
3 minutes, Cole.
Come on, Colin.
I take the beef out of the deep fryer, shake off the oil and add it to the frying pan full of the reduced sauce. All I want to do is get a nice glaze on the beef before it goes in the rolls.
Let's go, Colin.
Please, don't waste this shot at immunity. You've got 2 minutes to go. Come on. Let's go.
So I've got 2 minutes to go and I'm plating up the chicken. I've got the chicken in the middle, the skewers on, and pour the hot sauce on top. It looks beautiful.
It's absolutely hectic.
Where have my 2 buns gone? Oh, they're there.
Oh, I need to put these buns together, otherwise I won't have anything to give to the judges. So, popcorn chicken, beer candy bacon, bacon's crispy, it's so yummy. And the tomato beer relish.
Come on, coleslaw.
They are going to be cracking, they're going to be so yummy and delicious.
Right, come on, guys, 30 seconds. Put it on a plate. Let's go.
The polenta is still in the deep fryer.
Can you mush it?
Just get it on, Laura.
I'm just like, oh my God, I don't have any time left at all. I just quickly throw them onto the plate.
Oh, it's not clean.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up.
I've just thrown my polenta onto the plate and there's this massive oil splat all over the plate and it just looks so horrible and I'm just so upset with myself.
Oh, the presentation's not great.
Went with crispy in the end and it's lovely and sticky and salty and sweet. Yeah, it should be good.
We're all very excited to taste your bar snacks. Tracy, please, come on down.
Beer candied bacon with popcorn chicken and beer and tomato relish with a slaw.
See, look, mine's
It's a bit-
really kind
A
of...
bit rushed together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry. I would have obviously liked to put it on the plate with a bit more finesse.
Delicious. Can't stop eating it. You noticed?
Yum. Tracy, delicious. That's a bar snack. Pick it up, yum, all in one go. You get all the sensations. Soft buns, that really lovely sort of charry bacon that's got the flavour of the beer.
And that amazing crunch of the chicken. Beautiful.
Wow, that is good stuff. Good cooking.
Love it. And I think you've used the beer very cleverly.
Well done, Tracy. Great start.
Thank you.
Next up, Colin.
I look down at my plate. It's not really what I had in my head when I started this, but hopefully it's okay.
Wow, that looks really interesting. What is it?
Beef sliders and beer battered capsicum.
Does this need, would it come with something? Do you dip it into something?
No.
Have you tasted the beef individually?
I had a little bit out of the pan.
It's from the beer, yeah. I'd say it's really bitter.
I'm starting to think I'm not going through today to fight for that immunity pin.
It's not nice at all, Colin. And these here, I think, they need something creamy.
Everything seems to have the same texture to me, sort of like a firm mushiness. When I tasted Tracy's, for example, lots of different textures.
Thanks, Colin.
Obviously, I'm disappointed with the judges' comments. Today wasn't a great cook.
Laura, you're next.
I've got oil splatter everywhere, so I'm so disappointed that it doesn't look perfect and it's not how I want it to look, but the flavour's there. I made pola alla bitter skewers with polenta chips.
Nice. Porlo meaning chicken, birra meaning beer.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love it. The whole thing about a bar snack should be that when you see it across the bar, you go, I want one of them.
There's a lot of oil. Is that oil or is that the sauce?
No, that's the sauce. I just accidentally splattered a bit of oil from the fry on it. Sorry.
That beery, sagey sauce goes so well with those crunchy little cubes of polenta. And that is delicious.
Thank you.
I love it. I absolutely love it, Laura.
It's really delicious. But there's an underlying bitterness to that that's a little bit too strong.
Yep.
It's the only negative.
Cool.
Wow. We've got a battle on our hands, haven't we, Laura?
Yeah.
For someone that hasn't got experience with beer, I thought you did a wonderful job.
Thanks,
you. Laura. Well done.
Thank
No.
you.
Oh, yeah, please.
Oh,
We
okay.
do it here.
Thank you. At the beginning, I was quite flustered and didn't know where I was going with the whole beer thing, and I think I picked myself up really well, and I think I've done a really good job with this challenge.
Let's go, Khan.
Look at him frying his little anchovies. Khan, what are you making?
You know how you have fried anchovies in peanuts with a beer as a bar snack? So I'm going to do those flavours.
Cool.
Oh, mate, amazing.
My protein today will be anchovies, and I know this is going to sound really strange, but I'm making an ice cream out of them. I know anchovy ice cream does not sound delicious, but if you think about it, the flavour profile of anchovies, if you can get rid of that fishy flavour, is salty. So it's basically making a salted ice cream.
So my dish today, I'm going to play on beer nuts that I have in Asia. So with the anchovies, I'm going to fry some, make some into a powder, infuse that into an omelette and make an ice cream out of it. The peanuts, I'll probably make a praline out of. With the beer, I'm going to make that into a granita. so I want crunch. To make my anchovy ice cream, I infuse milk and cream with the anchovies, and then I set it aside to give it time to infuse. I think it's a massive risk doing an anchovy ice cream today because anchovies are so strong, and I've never made an anchovy ice cream before. I don't know if anyone really has. It could either work out really, really well, or it could be an absolute disaster. But this dish is all about anchovies, peanuts, and beer. So the beer granita is in the blast chiller. And I've got the peanuts for the praline. Roasting in the oven, I need them really nicely caramelized. Now it's time to turn the anchovy anglaise mixture into an ice cream.
Do you need to get your ice cream in the churner, Khan?
And I was gonna pop it into the ice cream churner.
Come on, Khan. Come on, Khan.
Keep going. Talk to me, Khan. What happened?
My ice cream, I don't think, one, there was not enough in there.
Yeah.
Two, I put too liquid nitrogen in too fast. So it is a rock hard. So I'm gonna let it melt down. I'm just moving on, waiting for that to come together.
Yeah, and what's this?
This is the beer granita.
Can I have a go?
Of course.
Anything with beer in it, I might as well try. So it's going to be all how this thing comes together, eh?
Yeah.
Because it's like that, like it tastes like a beer. Let's face it.
Like that's the point.
Anchovy ice cream, that's going to taste like anchovies.
Yeah.
And then you've got your praline, which is a whole different kettle of fish. So it's all about bringing these three elements together, eh?
There's only one type of fish in this dish. That is yum.
Is it good?
Yes.
It's like a pub snack made into a dessert.
Yeah.
Well done, mate.
Can you explain the dish?
So today I've made anchovies, nuts and beer. So what I've got is an anchovy ice cream. I've got a praline made of peanuts. And then there's a tuile there that I've just dusted on top with chili powder and a beer granita.
I came around and tried your anchovy ice cream and it blew my face off with anchovy. And I am like an anchovy fiend. I love them. I eat them out of the jar on the reg. But I was like, there is no way that that is going to transpire into an edible dish. But what you've done with that peanut praline, there was that perfect combination of the roasted peanuts, a little bit of sweetness because it needed it to hold up to the saltiness of the anchovy. That's a real winner for me. Well done.
Thank you.
That ice cream is super creamy. It's beautifully executed. And I believe you tried using liquid nitrogen for the first time, so nicely done. And then that beautiful chili twirl. Was that a secondary thought?
I wanted to balance out the saltiness of the anchovy.
Smart, because I think the heat and the fruitiness of the chili works really well. But I thought it was a really smart investigation into flavours and textures and the way that we perceive them. And for that, I thought that was a success.
I too really enjoyed it. It was great. The beer granita, that's genius. You've taken something that we love and you've added another one of those components being sugar. It just makes it even better. That was better than sitting having anchovies, nuts and beer. I loved it. Well done.
Khan, I'd love to hear your idea of this dish, you know, the beer and the nuts. The ice cream, I think you are outside the box. You take a risk. I think that works quite well. And I also love the idea of the sweetness with the chili, the sugar all together. I think it's a great dish.
Thank you.
Chris, what are your 3 courses?
Entrees are stuffed duck neck with pork belly and duck meat. The main courses are half of a pig's head slow roasted, served with wilted greens. Dessert is tiramisu. So it's a
tiramisu. So a tiramisu
with double chocolate stout.
Oh, double chocolate stout.
Yeah,
oh,
Young's.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. I'm looking forward to that. Loving the sound of Chris's menu.
It's the type of restaurant you want to go and eat at because it's got a concept, it's got an identity. He's releasing his gift to everyone, and that is his food, his beer, his whole concept.
He believes it all.
He's on the money.
The next thing I approach is the tiramisu, and the reason for that is it really needs to sit in the refrigerator for about an hour just to firm up. I invented tiramisu just by accident. One day I was making tiramisu and just thought, well, instead of putting the standard, liqueur in there, why not put some beer in there? And, biramisu and tiramisu, it's a lucky play on words. It's a really simple process. Put the soaked biscuits in the bottom, a layer of the cream mixture, biscuits, another layer of cream, cocoa on the top, into the fridge. It's that simple, sets in the fridge. It's at 180, 190. We've got 90 minutes left and the oven is still not getting anywhere near 200 degrees and I wanted it on 220 for the first hour at least. The problem is it's a domestic oven and I've put a lot of pig in there and it just sucks all the heat out of these small ovens, so I'm going to struggle to get this done in time.
What you've got it on here is that's a convection, and what I would put it on is that top and bottom heat and convection, which means you're getting, heat from top and bottom, and then convection air to go round. And
so fan force is not enough?
No.
I have no idea if this thing's going to be ready or not. In fact, I don't think it is going to be. Now it's time to take the pig's head out. Come hell or high water, it's got to be ready. I slide it out of the oven and it's absolutely perfect. My God, I'm glad it's out and I'm glad it's right. So I'm actually putting in front of them 3 dishes to represent me, where I'm going and what I want to serve in my Beer Mason restaurant, and that's a big deal. If they shoot it down in flames, it'll be heart-wrenching.
Chris, tell me about your 3-course meal.
Entree is a stuffed duck neck sausage with a parsley salad. Main is half a roast pig's head, and dessert is biramisu.
A biramisu?
Biramisu.
Now, tell me how this fits into this image of a little beer bar, European in feel.
I like the idea of unusual, rich kind of food, stuff that really goes well with European-style beers.
It's lovely and sweet, and then you get that little overtone of that chocolate beer at the back there. Brilliant. I could eat the whole glass.
What can I say other than biramisu? It could be a Chris classic to replace an Italian classic. Great.
They love all 3 dishes, so I'm walking out of there with a big smile on my face, pretty happy.
Peas, come on. Pea puree, pea soup, cauliflower. Season that thing beautifully. Roast it, whole. Beer. Taste that flavour. Heat, a little bit of mustard. If you're gonna roast that rack of lamb, smear that mustard on there, get a bit of heat into that lamb as well. And then this, tea. And then when you've got time, take a cup of tea and eat a biscuit.
Standing in front of the mystery box, I'm thinking, all the ingredients look awesome. I'm quite excited to just start cooking, I guess.
We're excited to see what you're going to do with the mystery box and excited to see what you're going to do with the staples under your bench.
I am definitely worried about the choice of ingredients in the box. There's no spices for me to work with. It's a weird combination. What am I going to do with that? I'm feeling so nervous.
You have 75 minutes to cook us a delicious dish using at least one of those ingredients in Gordon's British mystery box.
Still in thinking mode.
I don't need to. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think everyone's going to cook lamb today. What's going to set the winning dish apart from the rest is how well that lamb is cooked and what the lamb is paired with on the plate.
I'm thinking of
Making a kebab.
Cauliflower a few ways.
on the skewer.
Poach some of the peas in the beer.
And a bit of the lamb offcuts to make a crumb.
I'm also probably going to do a beer and green tea sauce to go with it.
It's only a little.
Hydrate, brother.
Permission to drink beer. Sashi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, well, thank you.
I'm doing a lamb rag and also a beer battered cauliflower.
Beer battered cauliflower, so like a beignet?
Yeah.
Love that idea.
Small bits and pieces of beer battered cauliflowers everywhere.
Good, good, good.
I need to impress Gordon.
Good.
My beer battered cauliflower is the most important thing in the dish.
Can you win this competition?
Yes, I think I have the potential.
Yeah.
I can cook well.
Good luck. Aldo, how are you doing?
Hopefully the cauliflowers are cooked beautifully. It's almost like an Indian pakoda or a small donut. That's gonna be my secret weapon today.
I'm making a classic lamb rag and beer battered cauliflower
And a reduction of lamb and beer. There's no spices in Gordon's mystery box. It's making my life very difficult. I'm trying to introduce a lot of flavors into my dish without spices. To make the sauce, I put the offcuts of lamb into a small pot to render the fats out of the lamb and add some beer and let them cook together. I am a huge fan of Gordon, so I'm gonna go all out to impress him with my sauce. It needs to be cooked perfectly.
Cooking for Gordon Ramsay? Oh my God. I still have my goosebumps. The ultimate feeling, you know, getting your food tasted by your idol is gonna be amazing. Still got pressure.
I'm nervous. Hope I've done enough to impress Gordon.
I've cooked a roast lamb with beer battered cauliflower and a reduction of lamb and beer.
A reduction of lamb and beer, I love that.
Lamb, beer, mustard.
Why not? Good on you.
Now, young man, I'm going to be honest with you. That is worth travelling 17,000 kilometres for, let me tell you. Delicious.
Thank you.
It's got heart. The smartness with the beer batter and what you've done with the cauliflower, lamb nailed, sauce with the beer. You know, you've got balls, clearly, and you know how to dress food and turn chefs on.
You know sometimes when you have a spoonful of something, you get that little...
We think of you being the guy who can do anything with the spice box. But you've got no spice, you've got a limited selection of flavours, and you put up, I think, probably the best dish you put up so far in the competition.
Thank you.
Sashi, how does that feel, man?
I'm floating.
Good on you. Well, float back to your bench, yeah? Well
Amazing.
done. Well done.
Thank you.
I have impressed my hero. I'm feeling so proud.
Congratulations goes to Sashi. Well done. You've just made cauliflower one of the most sexiest vegetables anywhere in Australia. Because right now, every time we see you next, it's the man that launched the cauliflower donut. Well done.
Thank you.
I mean, who doesn't love that crunch of a golden potato chip?
You see where we're heading?
Yeah.
For round one, we want you to bring us a dish with the best crunch. Now, we're not just talking about savoury. Think crunchy cookies, honeycomb, peanut brittle.
It's just got to be delicious and crunchy.
I see Chris has picked up some beer there and a fish. Look, maybe beer battered fish and chips.
Well, I'll be disappointed if it's not now.
Oh, yes. Going home would just be heartbreaking. So hopefully this kind of classic will do the job for me. Today I'm cooking beer battered flathead with a really punchy aioli. It's obvious, but super delicious, and if I get the crunch right, you know, it's going to work so well. I know I can nail beer battered fish, but it's just got to be cooked so perfectly because I know other guys are going to do complicated, intricate dishes with lots of textures. So I need to nail it. It's got to be absolutely perfectly done. The trick to my batter is basically really cold beer, because when the cold batter hits the hot oil, it shocks it and puffs it up. And at the end of the day, that's going to give amazing crunch. There we go.
Oh my God, what is that?
It's dehydrated malts vinegar.
Yum. Dude, that's next level delicious.
I know.
Are you going to put some of that in your
That's what I'm sprinkling on the top.
Yes.
I'm feeling really good about this challenge. I want to get up there first. I want to be the crunchiest dish, and I want to set the standard for what this cook is all about. Today I'm cooking beer battered fish. It's obvious, but super delicious. It feels fantastic at this point. I just need to finish this and get it straight up to the judges. Come on. I've got to get the crunch right. I've got to get the batter really cold, so when it hits the hot oil, I get that super crunch. That's the big key. As soon as our dishes are ready to go, we can get it straight up to the judges. I think I'm going to be first, which is really exciting.
Oh, Chris is on. Chris, let's go, buddy. Hey, stop waving and come on down.
Oh, yeah.
Step back, name your dish.
Beer battered flathead. Has some malt vinegar salt on it with a little aioli.
It looks crunchy.
Does look crunchy.
It smells
Let's
delicious.
It's crunchy, it's delicious.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
This fish is perfect. Perfect seasoning. Crunchy.
That's one of the simplest dishes that you've brought us, but probably one of the tastiest. What I love is you didn't overthink it. You just went, I know how to do crunchy, crispy fish, and I'm going to give it to you guys. And it's worked. Good stuff, mate.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, guys. I'm super happy, but there's some amazing smelling and looking dishes going around, so hopefully simple and well executed beats fancy. We'll see. I run into the pantry and I see that there's beef cheeks, there's pig trotters, and there's also quail, so I just grab those three things straight away because that's my kind of food. I've been planning and thinking about a beer and food related cookbook for a long time now, so it was a fantastic opportunity.
Chris.
Gentlemen.
So what are your three dishes?
The first dish is going to be a deboned stuffed quail.
Yeah.
Second dish is going to be pig trotter parcels. I braise the pig trotters, mix them with little beautiful herbs and nuts and things like that, and I wrap them in brick pastry, bake that off, so it's nice and crunchy.
Love nuts and brick.
Yeah, and the last one is beef cheeks, braised in Pedro Ximenez. I serve that with a mash, make a beautiful, sweet, delicious sauce. These are slow braised dishes. They take 3 or 4 hours at least each. And I'm doing the trotters and the beef cheeks in pressure cookers, so that's going to speed up the process. But I'm unfamiliar with what it might do to the flavours and all the meat. In one pressure cooker, I've got the pig's trotters, that's covered in beer. There's some thyme, rosemary, garlic and onion in there. In the second pressure cooker, I've got the beef cheeks, and that's got onion, garlic, carrot, thyme, red wine, and the sherry. I get them locked off and cooking around the 20-minute mark, so I'm pretty much on target. I've got my pressure cookers on, so the trotters are cooking and the beef cheeks are cooking. The next stage is to make the liver, stuffing. I heat a bit of butter and oil, fry those off really, really quickly, and then I just flame it with a bit of Armagnac, just to give it a nice touch.
So, Chris, describe the dishes that you've put in front of us.
The first one is a deboned stuffed quail, all stuffed with chicken livers. The middle dish is beef cheeks braised in Pedro Ximenez sherry with a mash. And the last dish is pig's trotters braised in beer and baked in a brick pastry.
How do they represent your book theme, the book that you'll publish?
The theme for my book would be beer, cooking with beer, matching beer and food.
Have you got a name for the book in your mind?
Matt actually helped me out, suggesting that snout to tail, stout to ale would be kind of interesting.
Given the opportunity, Chris, would you change any of the sides that you've served with the food today? It often comes across as being layers of brown.
I hadn't thought about it visually that much, to be honest.
Thanks, Chris. You have to leave us alone to taste your dishes now.
Thanks, guys. There was a lot more pressure presenting food today to Donna Hay because this challenge is all about cookbooks. She's the expert and she'll be looking at the plating and the visuals, the colours, the balance, all those kinds of things. Whereas previously, plating's important, but it's all come down to taste.
I think where the idea of it and the actual taste separate is the fact that it's quite cloying and it needs a bit of acid in some way to break it up.
It tastes very granular to me. It tastes almost like he's put breadcrumbs through it. It's got that awful, nasty, granular flavour, but the hero, the quail itself, is impeccable.
Sauce is not right. The way it's been reduced down, it just tastes really, I don't know. For me, when I think of this dish, I'm expecting this lolly-like piece of beef cheek that's just sweet and it's amazing in the mouth, soft and gelatinous, but it's not really done that.
There's some nice flavours in there. He's got some hazelnuts, he's got some spice. The trotters are soft, but I'm not sure they're soft enough.
I think the concept is there, the softness of the trotter, the crunch of the hazelnuts. I just don't think he's made it all the way there.
A cookbook with these ideas, with these recipes in it, would it sell?
I think he's got a niche, but it's not too narrow a niche. So, yeah, I think it would sell.